42 is the life story of baseball player Jackie Robinson and his history-making signing with the Brooklyn Dodgers.
I father, I Brooklyn Dodger them. I jack, I rob, I sin. Oh man, I'm Jackie Robinson. Except when I run base, I dodge the pen.
I'm just a ball player. You a hero.
Why don't you look in the mirror? This is a white man's game. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here.
I'm a Brooklyn boy. I may take some getting used to.
Before I saw the trailer, I wasn't specifically interested in 42 because I don't really care for black people. Ha! Baseball. I don't care for baseball. Just want to make sure you were awake and paying attention. But then I saw the trailer and I thought it looked pretty cool. Obviously, I wasn't expecting it to be cut the way it was with the Jay-Z song, but I thought the visuals were good, like the camera angles and stuff. So I was definitely looking forward to 42, but the only other problem with it is that it's obviously about segregation. That's a big part of the movie, and it's about Jackie Robinson sort of, dealing with that and pushing through it. And the thing is, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not black. And maybe if I was black, I wouldn't mind seeing this story told so many times. But that being said, I feel like it's been told so many times. Not that it's not important, but I just feel like you know the story, you know what I mean? So even though you could say that about a lot of movies, yeah, you could say that about a lot of movies, including this. So in my opinion, the way to beat that, the way to beat the fact that it's been done so many times and, it's just something we already know about and we've seen, is to make a damn good movie. But I am happy to say that 42 does just that. It is a great movie, and I am really, really glad about that because, like I said, it could have just been something we've seen a million times, and in a way, it is. And there are ways where it gets tedious. I'll explain that in a moment. But overall, the camera work, the score, the acting, the whole thing I thought was great. But let's get a little more into 42, starting off with the plot, which of course this is based on the true story of Jackie Robinson. And I don't know baseball, I don't know Jackie Robinson, and I'm also not really a history buff, so I couldn't tell you if this is accurate to Jackie Robinson's life. I also couldn't tell you if it's completely accurate to history because I don't know if the ratio of people that don't like black people and people that don't mind black people is correct. I will say, however, that I specifically noticed because I was worried that this wouldn't be the case. I thought it was nice that they showed plenty of white people didn't mind black people. They had someone go up to Jackie Robinson and say, "I'm rooting for you." It wasn't every single white person hates all black people, which, I mean, like I said, I wasn't there, but I don't imagine that was the case for 100% of people, so I'm glad that it was balanced in a way. But I do think that it got a little bit tedious as it went on because, there was plenty of story to it, but at a point, it was not so much story-driven, and it became like, all right, Jackie Robinson's up at bat, someone calls him names, he doesn't, fight back. All right, next game, Jackie Robinson's up at bat, someone calls him names, and so it kind of just became that over and over for a little bit of the movie, and I mean, I thought those scenes were done very well to the point where I didn't mind them, but I was aware of the fact that it got a little bit repetitive. But like I said, they were done well. And speaking of done well, the movie is done extremely well. The directing is fantastic, I thought, and the camera work is great, like I said. There is one specific shot I'd like to point out. It's a shot, it's a scene, but there is one long shot in this scene, and it's a part where, you see it in the trailer, I'm not spoiling anything. Jackie Robinson breaks his baseball bat, and when Harrison Ford comes in to talk to him, it's just a great, great scene. The whole thing is amazing. The fact that the music cuts out is great. And, I thought that was a very, very powerful moment. The whole movie is very powerful. And honestly, like I said, if it hadn't been done so well, it might have kind of gotten lost in the fold because this story, just the segregation aspect of it, not the Jackie Robinson aspect of it, but that, the segregation is a major aspect of the movie, has been done so many times that as far as storytelling goes, we know the story. And I'm really, really glad they did such a good job with it. I thought the score in general was fantastic. It really, really helped put you in the moment and just build tension and build excitement, and I really, really was getting into it. I was very emotionally invested in this movie, and I do think that the score has a lot to do with it, but probably the best part is the acting. Chadwick Boseman was amazing, if that's how you pronounce it, by the way. I apologize if it's not. Right from the start, I was completely invested because of him. I don't know if it was his acting or even just his smile, because his smile is so infectious that you just want to hang out with this guy immediately. I want to be best friends with this guy. And so, right off the bat, a baseball pun, not even intended. I love it. Right off the bat, I was hooked. Harrison Ford, I thought was fantastic. He really seemed to be loving the role and having a blast with it, and so I thought he was great. I thought Nicole Beharie, or Barry, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize, as Rachel Robinson was great, and I really love the fact that she wasn't just the wife. She was in it enough that she really was her own character, and there are a lot of other people in the movie. I thought they all did a great job. Really, the acting was top-notch. So, I guess it was the acting that got me hooked from the start, but then the score, the camera work, the overall feel of the movie really just won me over, and I loved this movie. And once again, I'm really, really glad that it was able to overcome the fact that it's, a good amount of it is something we've seen before. And so, I gotta say, I really, really loved 42, and I am curious to know what you thought about it, so please let me know. Are you into baseball? Do you know the story of Jackie Robinson? I don't. So like I said, I can't compare it to what really happened in terms of Jackie Robinson, in terms of baseball history, in terms of actual history, whatever. But let me know in that sense. I'm very curious to know if you think that is completely wrong, and that's valid, but I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, it's fictional to me. Let me know what you thought of the acting. Let me know what you thought of the cinematography. Let me know anything that you want about 42, and that's pretty much it.